You ready to join us now?
No, she's still eating her feet. Give her 1 second. She'll join us in a minute. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel. My name is Alex, and this is Miss True. You say hello? And this is Sheer, where we talk about all things faith, family, and wellness. Truly. Ow! True! Why did nobody tell me being a mama was like this? Nobody told me. Nobody told me. Truly. Okay, True can't stay with us the whole time because she cutting up. Ma'am, excuse me. The camera's that way. If you're going to be the co-host, you have to pay attention to the camera.
2 hours later.
Alright, y'all, I'm back. I put my co-host to bed, so excuse the music if y'all hear it in the background. So as I was saying, 3 ways God has grown me over these last couple of months since I have been absent from YouTube, and it feels like almost absent from life. So the #1 growth area that he exposed to me was my home life. Yo, my home life was a wreck. I'm talking about from being a mom, to being a wife, to being that Proverbs 31 one when we all want to be so bad but not really willing to do what it takes. Establishing a routine was like my #1 growth area. I still have not gotten it down packed yet, but I'm on my way. Just figuring out like what's gonna work for me and my household, for me to keep my household clean, to cook on a regular basis, just to be a regular homekeeper, a regular housekeeper. And getting organized. Like, I was so disorganized. I still am getting there with that. I'm not as organized as I should be, as I could be. Using like a planner, things like that. So that was my first growth area. It was establishing a routine, getting organized, and sticking to it. Consistency. That's the part. Like, I think I've gotten the first part where I'm like, okay, I got an idea of what routine might work for my household, but sticking to it has been the problem. Me and Steven are very like spontaneous, like last minute, let's go on a trip, let's go to the apple orchard, let's go get breakfast. Like, we are real spontaneous when it comes to last minute events, just doing stuff last minute. So that's been my downfall over the last couple of weeks. I think I figured out what my routine is, but sticking to it has been the problem. So pray for me on that, y'all. My second area of growth, whoo child, this was probably the hardest, the toughest pill to swallow. I have been the problem. I have been the only thing holding me back at the place where I am interning at right now. One of my colleagues, she is now my girlfriend, being nosy, and then I pulled out this book from her stuff, and it's called The Mountain Is You. Child, let me tell you, God read me to filth, y'all. Like, I never knew how much I self-sabotaged until recently. Like, even with my YouTube channel, for instance, like, God has just been showing me like, yo, if you would just be consistent, you would be popping by now. But yo, the consistency is, I keep self-sabotaging myself. I won't stay consistent with the videos. Well, I am now. Somebody gotta hold me accountable, but I will now. I am now. But I have been self-sabotaging in so many different areas of my life. So I've been quitting so much stuff. Like, I almost quit school. Steven had talked me into not quitting school. Just crazy stuff. Like, just feeling like everything is overwhelming. Like, alright, I'm an adult. I don't want to do it, so I ain't got to do it. Like, I just would just keep quitting stuff. Or not finishing stuff. That's another thing. I kept not finishing stuff. So I would start something, not finish it. So also still a growth area. Like I have not conquered this mountain yet. I'm still on my way. So I'm working on routine and working on being consistent and not self-sabotaging. My last growth area over these couple of months has been forgiveness, yo. Like, woo! Forgiveness has been a theme. I did not know I had so much unforgiveness, like, in my heart for people that I would not have even thought that I needed to forgive. Of course, being married, operating in forgiveness, operating in love, like that's a everyday thing. But it was stuff that I was holding on to that I didn't even realize I was holding on to. From my friendships, from my relationships with my family, my parents, my sisters, my brothers. There are so many things that I didn't recognize I needed to let go of. I mean, past relationships, I mean, everything you can think of. God has really exposed to me how much bitterness and resentment I was holding on to. And it's not like I was just not talking to people. Like I was kicking it with people. Oh, almost, y'all, I be too regular sometimes. I was kicking it with people like everything was sweet. Like I thought everything was sweet. But then when certain topics come up or when I am reminded of something, then I start acting a little funny. That's a key indicator that you haven't forgiven somebody or you haven't forgiven yourself or something. So that was my third growth area over the last couple of months. I think God has really been teaching me patience, number one. Of course, forgiveness, learning how to love and how to also receive love has been another thing. And then I think I'm gonna make a video about this, but I think there are so many things that we are not taught about marriage that I think is pertinent, especially as women. I think we always think we're ready for marriage, and we don't know how ill-equipped we really are until we get out in the field and it's like, yo, what is this? What is this? Why is it so ghetto here? Nobody told me it was this ghetto here. So I think I'm gonna make a video. I think that'll probably be my next video. I'm gonna invite Steven and we can kind of talk about the ways which we were equipped for marriage and the ways which we weren't. And I think honestly, Steven grew up in a two-parent household, and I think his parents, not only him, obviously him being a pastor helps, but I think his parents really did a great job equipping him for marriage. I grew up in a two-parent household as well, but I learned a lot of dysfunction, and I didn't recognize how much dysfunction, you know dysfunction, right? Especially when we're going into the counseling field. When I see dysfunction, I know it, but I didn't recognize how much of that I had operating in me. Like, it's not normal. Some stuff is just not normal, and you don't realize it until you get out into the world and it's like, hold on, everybody don't do this? This is not normal? So I definitely want to make a video talking about that and just kind of getting into gender roles and how to be a wife. I just hope that y'all can roll with me and grow with me, and let me know what season y'all feel like y'all are in y'all life right now. As always, y'all, spread the gospel.